Alright, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Chupacabra's Lair. I'm your host, Larry the Chupacabra, and we're back for another episode of Larry Does Ludum, where we're checking out a whole mess of Ludum Dare number 37 games with the theme of One Room, and today we have a batch of 3 more delicious and, different concepts that I wasn't quite expecting, including this Christmas-themed game made by John Reed. It is Christmas time, and this game is unique because when you load up the game by pressing on the button, it tells you that this game needs to be running in 2 tabs at once in order to work. Now, initially I thought, oh, is this a game that's got like a really weird bug where like it only works in like a certain situation? No, actually, this is a completely unique game that I have never seen function this way before. Like, ever. This is actually really cool. So, now that we've got it open in the other tab, we can start the game. And, uh-oh, something has gone wrong with our tree. If only we could go back 15 minutes before now in order to try and stop this. And if you tab back, it's 15 minutes earlier. And here we are. We're having a lovely Saturday morning, and it's time for us to decorate the tree. So we click around the environment, and we can hear our character tiddle and diddle around. And over here in the corner, we've got a nice beard. But wait a minute. Over here in the future, now we're wearing the beard. So we're kind of like a weird, crazy person. So let's see, where does that leave us? Well, we could start with opening this box. Or maybe we could open this locked chest, but I don't know what the combo is for that, so this is all taped up and I don't have the ability to open it with my bare hands. Probably could, actually. Like, packing tape, not exactly the world's most durable, but over here by the tree, there's a knife. So if we go back over here, oh, that's right, we left our knife over here. Now we can go back over here and pop open this box, and it's a lovely set of twinkling Christmas tree lights. But how the devil do we get into this? So this says, it's locked, and I've forgotten the combination. Huh. Alright. Oh, the number is 1708, and it's scribbled on the inside of the lid, although it's not a legible number, because it changes every time you play this. So we go back over here. 1708, and now we have oil. Well, I guess the first, well, what do we do with this? We've got oil. Let's just put these lights on the tree. Yes, shine on, Piney Dancer. But wait, I don't think this will end well. Switch to the Christmas present to see the outcome. Ah, shit. Tree's on fire. Why did the tree fall over? Well, the window in the background is closed. What if we restart the game? So, basically the idea here is, like, you can make subtle changes to the future by messing with the past to try and fix all of this. So let's switch back to the past. 15 minutes earlier. So, still the same old beard, which will suddenly appear on our face if we wear that. What if we open this first? So what's the combination now? It's 9711. Okay. 9711. So now we have oil. What do you do with the oil? Let's get this knife. I'll get the knife. Can't put the lights on the tree because it'll light the tree on fire. So do I combine the oil with the lights? No, the oil with the beard. Okay, now I have an oily beard in the future, and this window is still open. Can I oil the tree? No, it doesn't need to be greased. Can I oil this? That's not quite right. Can I oil the box? It's empty, like my life. Can I oil this? No. That doesn't do anything. Can I oil myself? Can I lube up my body for, like, a lovely porn award or something? What about going outside? Oh no, Larry, I couldn't possibly leave without decorating my beautiful tree. Well, whatever should we do? Something caused this tree to fall over. It is a fine-looking tree. I quite agree with that statement. Nothing in the box. It is a strange box. Can we put these in the box? No, we can't lube them up. Something must come through this window to break the tree. So how do I get this window down? Oh, that's not what I want. My window has been stuck open all day, so that's probably what this oil was from, but I'm actually don't remember what causes the tree to fall over when I was checking this out last week. Maybe if we wait a moment, we'll find out. Can we click on the tinsel on the roof? No. We can't get this window shut unless we grease it up, huh? Sometimes the game kind of like freezes up unless you move one of the characters around. You know, let's lube up this window. Oh! It's a little asshole bird that decided it was gonna knock over my tree. Hooray! Wait. There we go. Shine on, Piney Dancer. I've got a good feeling about this. And that's the game. So, I really liked that. Like, that is a very unique way of handling staying in one room, but simply being in that room in two different time periods. Like, I've never seen somebody do a game where you have to interact between two tabs before. That was really cool. Like, that has got to be one of the best baseline concepts I've seen for a Ludum Dare game in a while. Now, the cartoon graphics were great. Like, those were all nice and cartoony and everything. And there's some pretty simplistic sounds for everything. Little, you know, like system sounds, beeps and bleeps and chimes to indicate that you've done certain things. So I thought this was a really well put together package. I think the only thing I would be looking for is, like, this to be like a constant theme throughout the game where you have to use your ability to, like, wish that the present didn't suck so bad to change things. And I think I saw a few animes like that where, like, a guy was able to travel back in time down his own timeline in order to keep this one girl from being killed. Was it 1, 2, 3, 8? Alright, well, it looks like I bugged it out, but basically just add some music and you could add different, like, real-life scenarios with a very average Joe story and more of the onesie. The onesie has to stay. The onesie's great. Like the Santa Claus onesie. And then you'd have a pretty interesting game. Like, doesn't have to be a crazy advanced game or a crazy elaborate game, but something like this is just fun, and the way that you put together the different things that happen and how you slightly change the future by simply nudging events along it's charming, and it's really well put together. I really like this. Nicely done. I just wish there was some music and maybe some more like background sounds or something, but that was good. I liked that. Alright, next up we've got One Room Dungeon, which is made by Trazaval Dog, or Dog Trazaval. Not sure how one pronounces that particular username, and this is another compo entry. I don't know if I mentioned, but the other game, Christmas Time, was a compo entry as well, and this is a funny game about fighting your way through a dungeon and avoiding being murdered by things, and getting through 20 levels of this one room of a dungeon that is an ever-changing thing. So let me click inside the window to get it to behave itself. So here we are. We're this cute little wibbly-wobbly man. And all that we've got in here is we've got this little plus sign that heals us, and also these little pressure pads that we have to hit. And then we hit, like, all the arrow keys and X, and we teleport to another room with some randomly assembled baddies inside of here that will try to fondle our gibbles. And then we press that button combination again, and we're basically just going through a randomly generated assortment of rooms trying to stay alive with different baddies. Like, this one's a zombie and a really annoying archer. And just because our buddy Resvital Dog isn't a butthole, he provided us with a lot of healing pads because when I first started testing this game out, often would like spawn in and run into an enemy. So it was very nice in providing me with a free heal in each level so that I could get my bearings and not get touched by things like this horrifying bat. Could you not, buddy? Could you not? Hey. Okay, perfect. Oh yeah, and each level, you know, there gets to be more pads that you have to hit. There's more enemies that want to eat your supple, delicious body. It's pretty tender and delicious. I won't lie to you. I think the only thing that kind of I find annoying in this game is that it's often hard to orient which is your character at the end of the day. But I like this. This is another interesting way of handling the concept of staying within one room the whole time. Oh, and it's a full heal. I thought each one of those heal pads only healed you for 1 point. Oh, that's kind of nice. All right, I can get behind that. Because basically what's happening is you're not actually, like, leaving the room. You're changing the room around you. It's like how Neo in the Matrix, he doesn't bend the spoon, he bends himself. And that was creative, and I don't know how far I'm actually in here now. I'm several levels in. But eventually, if you can get all the way to 20 levels, you can get all the bacon. You can win the game. And this is another example of how, like, randomly oh, what the heck are these? These are like Mario Goomba grabbers. Little dogs on leashes. Alright, I gotta get touched by that one to get that last pad. Oh, game over. Got to 1-3 to 04. Huh. But yeah, like, this was an interesting package. It feels like you're kind of in, like, an old retro arcadey game, and you're trying to get out. And that's all there is to it. And that was interesting. Like, this wasn't trying to tell a specific story. This wasn't trying to accomplish some weird goal. It was just, try not to get touched by everything, Larry, and get out of the Duncan Dungaroo. And maybe you will see your family again. Your weird Gumby blob family. They are the best. I understand, those blobby Gumbies. Although, speaking of Gumbies, I saw this really hilarious picture recently of a dog whose owner dressed up as his favorite toy, which was Gumby. And the dog was just like, look at him with that look that just said, I always knew this day would come. As for the graphics, like, these are very minimalist graphics. They're very simple and straightforward. But just the whole package together works astoundingly well. Because you've got just a little dude wobbling around running, and you can tell that these weird green wobblers are zombies. Did I miss one? Which one did I miss? Was it? No, it's not that one. Was there one hiding down here? Why can't I go anywhere? Oh, there it goes. It was the button didn't want to behave itself for some reason. I was mashing all of them, and they didn't want to share their secrets with me. Ow. Okay, these bats could maybe lag a little bit behind you, to be honest. So I like this. It's very simple, but the only thing is, like, aside from playing this randomly in a nutshell, I'm not 100% sure where you could take a game like this. Because one of the things I always like to do with Ludum Dare games is look at how they could be advanced into a full-fledged game that you could then take to market and make some money off of. Because, you know, I appreciate the folks out there who make indie games for a hobby, but I see no reason why you couldn't make these for a living. And, I don't know how you could package this to really sell it to the masses, except as a standalone, as it is. So as it is, I mean, maybe just make things bigger, scale up bigger easily, and I think you'd be good to go on that. It's got a nice little tune, like the sounds are solid, everything behaves solidly. Maybe just use a different, like, thing to teleport instead of clicking all the arrow keys and X at the same time. Maybe hit, Z. Z's the teleport button. Move around X, Z, or maybe just X. Because you don't have another reason to hit X other than to try again or to teleport plus the arrow keys. So just hit X when you're ready. kind of cleaning up some of those enemies, too, 'cause some of those enemies really follow you closely and are just a pain in the butt to deal with. And finally, I think it would be really helpful if you, like, made the character pulse a certain color as you teleport to kind of remind your eye where your character is when you teleport. Because I'm moving as I teleport, it looks like the character keeps moving, and it's hard to keep track. It's like losing your mouse when you're playing, like, in a real-time strategy game. I lose track of my mouse cursor all the time, especially in, like, Heroes of the Storm. So nice job. I'm not sure where you'd go with this, if you'd add a story or if you would just leave it as a standalone, because this isn't the type of game that I've played a lot of things similar to it. So nice job, either way. Very, very, very interesting. I like the blue, the relaxing blue animated thing on the outskirts of your room. It's nice and relaxing. Alright, last but certainly not least is The Two of Us by Pixai. This was a jam entry. Not sure if there was another person collaborating on this. I just saw Pixai on the page, but this is a game that you folks at home might recognize fairly quickly. So we're playing as an old man, and we have this lovely young lady here that we are in charge of protecting from zombies. And we are inside of this very, very sinister home, trying to find supplies to stay alive, keep warm, and generally not get fondled by all of the zombers in the zombie apocalypse. So I'm just gonna go skulk around looking for different supplies, like this med kit, and then I'm gonna just head back to my little friend back up here to make sure that none of the zombies have been trying to touch her delectable and young Fanny. So it's The Last of Us. It's really just a game that represents that, which is fine. Certainly nothing wrong with that. And it's got a very nice atmosphere. I think the only thing that I'm very questionable about is how it fits into the idea of one room. Because this is multiple rooms. It's one continuous area, I will grant you. But I'm not sure if it qualifies specifically as just one room. But I could be wrong. Otherwise, this game actually handles pretty well. Like, I could see a game like this being just a 2D Last of Us, where you can wander around gathering supplies, maybe crafting certain singular items that you... Oh, this guy's touching my... Ow. Okay, that hurt. You can go, like, craft shivs and, like, bullets or certain makeshift weapons and survive. I think that would be very, very manageable. Like, I think that's something I could definitely see being very successful. I would maybe try to get away from the homage to The Last of Us for obvious copyright reasons. But beyond that, I think this is a very solid atmospheric game. Like, you've got the light controls really well, so that, like, lights... Oh, I just died. Or light, like, controls very well. It goes around corners. I just wish that I didn't seem so slow, and that I could react a little better to some of the zombies, because zombies going at a breakneck pace all of a sudden doesn't really strike me as a very zombie thing to do. Like, sure, they try to come after you, but I don't feel like every zombie right off the bat should be able to shamble at warp speed. That seems a little unreasonable on some level. So let's see, I'm gonna grab this puppy dog up, because she's gonna need some clean bandages, because Annie, I guess, was fondled by a zombie. So we gotta go keep her safe. So maybe just, like, making the enemies in a game like this sort of ramp up slowly would be a nice touch. That way you're not just getting instantly jibbed by the first thing to come say hi to your face hole. That would be much better. Other than that, you know, you could add, like, a story like this for a game like this would be definitely necessary. Like, you really want to know what your characters are, what their motivations are, and everything. Okay, that guy's... Ow! Where did you come from? Shit. So it's good to have a story, because in The Last of Us, the story was, she has this fungal growth in her brain that's supposed to turn her into one of those zombies. But she is somehow immune to it and didn't turn into a zombie. So you gotta take her to these special medical people that are gonna cut it out of her brain, not to spoil it. If you haven't seen it, turn your ears off. They're gonna try to turn that into a vaccine. And your whole motivation is like this evolving father-daughter relationship between the main characters, and then the eventual dramatic ending that I thought was pretty well done. And now they're doing another Last of Us, 2, where they're gonna continue to survive, and I guess the father figure might be dying or something. And that was a really compelling, really heartstring-grabbing game concept, which I think they could definitely do quite a bit with. So I like the graphics. Graphics are solid. Good ambiance and everything. Different types of weapons might be nice to have. Maybe an ability to, knife things when they get close. Different types of enemies. Just generally fleshing out a game like this would be the things that you need to do. Don't really need to do too many crazy adjustments to the game. Just add some story, add some other, gameplay bits like other guns and such, and maybe other unlockables. Some basic RPG progression might be something you investigate. But one thing I might say is, don't go crazy with adding RPG elements like talent trees and everything. Or if you do, just make it very simple and straightforward, because one of the things that a lot of games, both AAA and indies, run into is when they try to do too much too fast, and then they just kind of convolute the core of their game, and they lose the essence of it. So the essence of this game would be, fighting around at night, because the zombies are slower at night, maybe? Or maybe it's just you feel safer at night. And you're trying to be stealthy, because you don't want to alert too many zombies that you're here. Or else they'll all come rush you and try to eat your face, so you gotta run. But Annie's injured. So this could be an excellent stealthy type game, a stealthy zombie shooter. It could be an excellent general zombie shooter. I would say you could make something out of this. If you're not making something out of this, or this isn't similar to something you're already making, I would say do the thing with it. But right now, the only thing you can do is just go get healing stuff for her, fight off a couple of zombies, and once they're dead, you're pretty much safe. And, I like it. I just wish there was more. This is a game that feels very solid. It's got a nice foundation. I could see this as a Kickstarter demo going someplace. So I would definitely encourage Pixai and whoever else might have worked on this or consulted on this to flesh this game out and make this into something. Because even if it's just a short run, couple of levels as just a proof of concept, this is a very compelling addition to anyone's game developer portfolio. This is good. I like this. I could see this going somewhere. Not sure about the theme, though, because I'm there's multiple rooms in here. So you'd have to decide, how big your world is going to be. But aside from that, good at graphics, good ambiance. You can hear this nice murder tone in the background. Very well done. So that's going to be it for this particular episode of Larry Does Ludum. I'll be jumping back in and out for various more episodes of Ludum Dare number 37. So stay tuned. I hope you've enjoyed so far. I'm going to try and do more videos than I have in the past for this one, just because I have so many people that submitted games that I feel that is the most appropriate. And beyond that, I will also be doing some select video coverage of Ludum Dare, because I'm a contributor to the group Feed Me Pixels, and if you know what that group is, be seeing some sweet stuff on their YouTube channel, and if you don't, stay tuned, because I will be linking some videos that I make specifically for them in the not-too-distant future. And they will have their own little showcase things, and they will also have a written portion. So until next time, I've been your host, Larry the Chupacabra. Thanks for joining me. It looks like there is a win state in this game, after all. So very nice job to everyone who was included in this. I gave my general feedback. Haven't really experienced a lot of games that I've tried so far that felt like they had a lot of glaring issues or glaring conceptual problems. Like, the most I've seen so far was like, this doesn't feel like a one room. Like, these are clearly multiple different rooms. This is a living room, there's a family room, there's a dining room, there's a kitchen, there's a very large bathroom where you could dissect somebody that you've murdered because you're a crazy serial killer. So, I mean, other than that, like, this has been good so far. Nice job, everybody, and I'll be doing more of this, so don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you next time. Bye, everybody, and have a good one.